Time is an illusion. There is only ever now. The way that most people relate to the now, to the present moment, is as if it is this fleeting, elusive gap between an infinite past in one direction and an infinite future in another direction. But in our actual experience, it is only ever the present moment. We only ever experience this moment now. But this moment is continually changing. There is not a single thing that is not in a constant state of change at some level. And when we remember how something was before we create this memory of the past, when we have anticipation or expectation or imagination for how things may be, we create the idea of the future. But we never experience the past, we never experience the future, we only ever experience now. Even our memories of the past, when that event did occur, it was experienced as now. When our ideas about the future come to be, they will be experienced as now. And no experience that we ever have is ever experienced outside of this moment now. So of course there is time in the sense that there is clock time. The sun has its cycles. There's biological time. We have our life cycle. There is space and time. Time is seen as part of the fabric of space. But in our minds, there is this concept, this concept of psychological time. And this is really what creates a huge burden for us, because when we relate to life with this perspective of psychological time, we feel like there's never enough time. We feel like we're always chasing after the future and time is always eluding us because we're not relaxed deeply in the present moment now. And this is really what this insight helps us do. It frees our mind from this burden of psychological time and helps us wake up to this moment, to the reality of now. And when we realize that there is only this moment now, and that however we are relating to this moment is how we are relating to our lives, it helps us change our entire relationship to our lives, our entire relationship to time, because we're not chasing after a future that hasn't come. We're not, lamenting about the past that is no longer, but we are aware in this moment now and seeing that this is the only moment right here and now. This moment is our life. Our life doesn't begin sometime in the future when we are totally prepared and when we have everything organized and figured out the way that we want it to be. This moment right now is our life. We are alive here and now, and we are only ever alive here and now. So how are you relating to this present moment? How do you relate to the moment here and now? If you can see that it's only this moment now, you can take a breath in, take a breath out, and just relax and enjoy whatever this experience entails. Whatever comes, whatever goes, you can be here with it and not chasing after your ideas of the future or holding on to your memories of the past, but just being deeply in touch with this moment now. And this is actually what creates a lot of freedom and peace and happiness for us, because it frees us from this expectation that we're putting on our ideas of the future. This idea that once I have this thing, then I'll be happy. Once I get this house that I want, once I get enough money, once I have that relationship, once I have insert whatever it is, we tend to think that, once I get this thing, then I'll be happy. But by doing that, we are creating our unhappiness in the moment, because it's how we're choosing to relate to now. We're chasing after some illusory future, and we're overlooking the actual reality of our lives right here and now. So right here and now, this moment, this is the reality. This is where happiness is found. This is where peace is found. This is the only place that we ever can experience happiness or peace. And not to say that we shouldn't work towards goals or have some relationship to the future or psychological time, but it shouldn't be primary. It shouldn't be that the present moment is this thing that we neglect constantly and never make time for to experience or be in touch with, and that we are always in this concept domain of psychological time. It should be the other way around. We're more grounded, we're more present and awake here and now, and we use psychological time of past and future as a concept or as a tool that helps us organize life, to have goals, to have plans and things, but not at the expense of overlooking the reality of our lives now. So I wanted to just create this video to remind you that you are alive right here and now, and this present moment now is the reality of your life. So how you relate to your life in this moment is how you experience it. So my invitation and what I practice is to relax, to see the beauty of being alive here and now, to get in touch with the elements of happiness that are available to me here and now. The fact that I'm breathing, that I can see, that I have ears that can hear, that I'm healthy, that I have shelter, food, the things, bare necessities that I need. When we live more deeply in the present moment, we can appreciate the abundance that we have in the present moment, the gift of life that the present moment is, and we can stop chasing after some imaginary future as if that's where happiness lies, because it doesn't. And it's only an idea in our minds that makes us think that it does. So when we let go of that idea and we come back to this moment and realize that, this moment right here, there's enough to be happy. So we can start having a little bit more gratitude, more joy, and more peace in our lives. So really, I don't even want to say I know peace comes from presence, from being here, not from chasing after the future or regretting something in the past. So the more deeply you can live in this moment, the more peace you'll have.